think that Elon Musk's cooperation and/or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate.
Wow. Time for the Hot Topic Buzz. That was President Biden saying that Elon Musk's foreign relationships are worthy of investigation. Biden currently entangled in his own shady business dealings. His family has taken in tens of millions of dollars through Hunter Biden, his son, and Jim Biden, his brother. Elon Musk is warning that Twitter will, quote, do lots of dumb things in coming months, but will change what they need to. It follows the decision to ditch an official gray check mark just hours after launching it. But Dagen, we just heard President Obama the other day say that democracy is at risk, that people will go to jail, that reporters will be in jail, that there's no accountability. We have no accountability for the influence peddling that the Biden family has done over these years, and yet they're calling for an investigation of Elon Musk. It's just extraordinary.
That is even to say that is a grotesque abuse of power.
Exactly. By
Joe Biden. But this kind of speaks to the strange animosity that Biden and company have had toward Elon Musk. If they're really so dead set on getting rid of internal combustion engines in this country and getting rid of gasoline-powered cars, that's the direction. And John Kerry, before the election, actually said we're going to accelerate this move away from gas cars. Why? Elon Musk created one of the great American companies of the last 50 years and has revolutionized electric vehicles. Yeah. What in the hell is wrong with these people that they can't embrace Elon Musk if that's truly the way they want to go? None of it makes any sense.
It's even one step beyond that, Todd. He wants an investigation of his political enemy. They want their PR thing called Twitter, which was just their squawk box PR, and now that Elon Musk is changing it into a free speech vehicle, they want him investigated.
Maria, I don't know what the greater threat to democracy is. Is it Joe Biden not just weaponizing law enforcement against his enemies, but now anybody that's not in lockstep with their agenda? Yeah. That's Stalinist Russia. Or is the greater threat to democracy that soundbite that we just played? That is the leader of the free world. Mm-hmm. Democracy is at stake when you have places like China and Russia looking at that and saying, that guy's in charge?
Of course, of course.
He could barely get the words out.
Well, there's that.
I feel like it's because maybe it's because he knew he was opening a can of worms that was going to backfire on him, because obviously he should be investigated. Hunter should be investigated. But, you know, the interesting thing is we're talking Twitter here, people. Twitter and Elon Musk, not TikTok with ties to the CCP. We are talking Twitter. Why? Because Twitter wants to promote free speech.
Right. And TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, but he doesn't want to poke the bear of Xi Jinping.
Right.
He's taken way too much money from the CCP officials. Yep. It's an incredible story, and we will keep following it.